Well, hello. I found my other iPod. This is not a phone or anything, but it's an iPod, not an iPhone. Anyway, and so I took everything off of it, all the programs, and I just have my birding program and my camera. I took everything else off, Facebook and mail and everything. I just want room so that when I make a video, nobody's gonna tell me there's no more room in my camera. Who gets that? Anyway, I mean, it's okay if there's no room in it. It's a camera and you take the card out and put it into your laptop. But these, I like this because you can just upload straight from this. I think the bugs of family, I think they are attracted by noise. The black flies are, I guess. Oh, these are all mosquitoes now. All that rain we had. Do you have a ton of mosquitoes? I should look at from up there. Look how narrow my chin is. Oh, I almost don't look like Nancy. Hey, look at it that way. It's like, oh yeah, she's pretty all day. No, I'm a young thing. Like it matters. So I'm home alone again. Everybody's gone. So I guess I'll have a campfire. I mean, what else am I going to do? Everybody's gone. What should I do? Have a campfire. I guess I need bug repellent. These bugs are really bad in here. Gotta kill them all over me. Maybe it's not worth it. How fast can I get the fire going? Well, anyway, I just wanted you to know that the teepee hasn't moved yet. It's still here. And I've been working on my garden a little bit. My perennials. But it rained today, so I didn't do anything. I played with the grands. And I did errands. I went searching for things. I ended up getting groceries. Meanwhile, Scarlett asked Willem for groceries, so he went the other direction, and he got groceries, and I got groceries, and so there's a lot of stuff on the counter now. Anyway, so that's that. Bye. There, I got it going. Isn't that a nice fire? Everything went out. The paper was all burned up. So I flapped my skirt at it, But I did it really fast and hard. It was like a bellows. And look at what it did. It made a really nice fire. Hear the frogs? Listen to the song. Nobody's here. Got some garbage to throw away. I love watching a fire. The other day, Desmond and I were driving over to Grandma's house here, and we went through the woods on a road that's very skinny and goes through the woods. And every time we'd hear a bird, I'd tell him which one it was. He's got this book that we read together. It's all the sounds. You push the button and you have the picture and it shows you that bird. Anyway, and so a lot of our birds aren't in there. So I was teaching him the ovenbird that says, teacher, 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 and the great crested flycatcher, which goes weep, and the woodcock, which goes peent, peent, and the cuckoo, which goes, I don't remember how that sounds. Anyway, the red-winged blackbird, who says koila-ree. I taught him it was koila-ree, and he said it afterwards, koila-ree. It's really cute. He's 3. And the no, I didn't show him the robin. Robins are kind of hard because they're all over the place. Anyway, so we had fun. And then we hung around. It was a very small campfire that day, but he came in here and would sit with me, and we had my violin, and I played the violin, and just generally had a nice time. I wonder if my violin's in the car. Did you hear that? That was teacher, 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 teacher. There was so many mosquitoes in here and outside. It was just terrible because we had so much rain lately. But I put my incense, I stuck them in the ground, and all these mosquitoes that were way back in there came out. See, I have one down here too, just to keep, it's all the junk of wood back there. That's on my garden. I remember. Do you remember when I planted my garden in the teepee? See, those are the walls for it. Goes all the way around the outside. See, that's it back there. And under there. Do you want me to make some tea? I could bring my pot back out, put some rooibos or some other herb tea in it. Heat it up. Oh, you know what I haven't done for a long time? Is cook in the campfire. I have a Dutch oven down here, which needs a lot of cleaning and reviving. But wouldn't it be neat to cook stuff in there? I don't know what. But something would be fun. Sure it would. You can bake things in a Dutch oven, like bread or, I don't know. You can make cobbler. You can make anything, cakes, any kind of baking. You can do it in a Dutch oven. Or you could have a meal in there. I can hear the airplane going over. The other day, there was a helicopter going over. There's 100 lakes within a half an hour of us, in all directions. And I think they stock 80 of them. So they have a fishery. It's probably done by Fisheries and Oceans, but the Ministry of Fisheries and Ocean. This is Canada, of course, you know. And so they have hatcheries, and they raise the little fish from the eggs. They go get the fish and they strip them. The pickerel. I think I made a video, I think, of stripping pickerel. Anyway, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But that was years ago. So when they get all these eggs, then they put them in these big tanks and they raise them until they're actually fish. Well, they go from one thing to the next, like when you're gardening, transplanting. Anyway, and so then they must have them in separate containers, one for each lake, marked for the lake. And the fish that are in that container are the fish that live in that lake. They don't introduce species that are not in there. And so they stock all those lakes. And so the other day, the helicopter is like a field sprayer, has this big long arm out to each side. You know, where you would, so I think they just fly over the lake and just, dump the bucket into the system, and the fry all just come out of those holes. They're shot right out. Interesting, eh? Anyway, so they kept going across this way, and then they went back across that way, and then later they were a little further, and then they were a little further, and there's so many lakes that they take care of. Look at the smoke going out. It's getting smoky up there. Why is it getting smoky? because not enough things are on fire. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I suppose, today is the 29th of May, I think. And we had a few hot days a few weeks ago. There were a run of 80-degree or almost 90-degree days. But now it's all been back in the, whatever it is, 60s or 70s. We haven't had a frost the other night, but our last frost here is about the 1st of June. I really like these chairs, just rocking in front of the fire. I never really sat in it in the house, but I love these two rocking chairs. They're from the dump, so they're in really poorly shape, I suppose. Looks like the dog ate that. Somebody's dog. Anyway, looks like it was Grandma's chair. I never feel alone when I have a fire going. I don't usually feel alone anyway. I think I was an empty nester before Willem retired. Yeah. Well, sort of. So I was mostly alone for a while, for several years anyway. In the time they went to university, so the last one is now 26. Can you imagine? The youngest is 26. I remember knowing people whose youngest was like over 20, and I thought they were ancient, like grown kids. Their kids are 55. That was when I had younger kids, school-age kids. Now I'm watching my grandchildren, and the time is rushing past, and we start daycare in a few days. So I won't be able to just play with them every single day, I feel like. Maternity leave stops. You know how that is. They were just in time for the fireworks. If I put this plywood, or not plywood, but this, spruce from the lumberyard for building the house, if I put that in there, it pops. It's been fun hanging out with you. See you later. I'm going to try and get this fire going again. I'll show you how I'll do it. I'm going to set you on the floor. And maybe you can see. Can you see? That's the fire there? Yes, I think you can. I'm going to set you up so you can see it. Cool off the way. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Let's see if I can make some smoke or make some fire. much. Put some more stuff on top, I guess. Not that much big stuff in here. Unless I want to use those blocks. Okay. There we go. I can just push them in when I'm ready. Then I'm ready. Alrighty then. Consider it stoked. Sorry. I was gonna go get my violin.